My name is Kelly, I'm 32 years old. I'm married but currently living separately from my husband, Ryan, and I'm working part-time. The reason for our separation is his affair. Ryan, who was my co-worker, is quite the charmer, and most of the female staff secretly had their eyes on him. However, for some reason, he chose me, who was rather plain and unnoticeable at the office. Why would someone like him choose me? I'm not particularly beautiful or a great conversationalist. I was curious, so I asked him when we were dating. Hey, why did you choose me? Remember how you'd subtly cover for someone at work when they made a mistake? I saw that and thought you were a really kind person. I figured I'd be happy if I could date someone like you. I was thrilled he chose me for my personality. After that, we got married, and at his suggestion, I became a homemaker. To support Ryan, who was thriving as a salesperson, I devoted myself to household chores. He would eat my cooking and tell me it was delicious, expressing his gratitude for my efforts every day. How lucky I am to be married to such a wonderful man. I thought this life would last forever. However, about 6 months into our marriage, Ryan slowly started to show his true colors. I'm home. What, no dinner? Sorry, I'm not feeling well today. Is frozen pizza okay? What? You're serving me frozen food when I come home tired from work? Are you kidding me? No, I really have a headache. Can't even manage your health, huh? Fine, it's okay this time, but don't let it happen again. I'm sorry. Ryan began to demand perfection in my housekeeping. Hey, there's dust accumulating here. Oh, really? I'll wipe it down now. Keep the house clean at all times. You stay at home, so you must have plenty of time on your hands. I had just cleaned there yesterday. It's inevitable that dust will gather. Don't talk back to me. You should just keep quiet and agree to whatever I say. Geez, acting all high and mighty when you don't even bring in any money. It was Ryan who wanted me to quit my job, yet he began to belittle me. The kind person he once was is nowhere to be seen, and now I'm verbally abused daily for some reason or another. Why did he change? Is it because I'm not managing the house well? But he doesn't have to say it like that. I felt helpless as I cleaned his room. I had to check every nook and cranny like a hawk to avoid any complaints about leaving even a speck of dust. All right, this should be good. Now I just need to take his jacket to the dry cleaners. While checking the pockets of Ryan's jacket, I found something. It was a woman's earring. What's this? Realizing the situation was off, I confronted him as soon as he got home. Hey, I found this in your pocket when I was about to take it to the cleaners. What's this? She's doing unnecessary things. Who is she? Shut up. Just keep quiet. A husband's minor affair should be overlooked. Minor? This is not minor to me at all. What a hassle. What? I said it's a hassle. I thought marrying a plain and quiet woman like you would mean I wouldn't have to deal with any complaints, but I was wrong. Is that why you married me? Yeah, that's right. Being a single man at work can lead to all sorts of suspicions. And a woman who dresses up seems like she'd be expensive to maintain, so someone like you seemed just right. But I didn't expect you to be this nagging. Was everything you said about being attracted to my personality a lie? Not entirely. Watching you silently support others, I thought you'd be convenient. Learning the true reason Ryan chose me, I felt dizzy with shock. I wanted to leave that place immediately. I'm going to leave the house for a while. Yeah, fine by me. I don't want to hear your nagging anyway. Just get lost, freeloader. I quickly packed my things and left the condo, returning to my parents' house. And, just in case we ended up divorcing, I started working part-time. A while after I began my part-time job, I found a letter from Ryan in the mailbox when I got home. Inside the envelope was a divorce paper. I had been thinking about it ever since I left the house, and I realized I couldn't stay with Ryan after he showed his true colors. The office is still open. I'll submit this. I had no lingering feelings for Ryan, so I went to a lawyer's office immediately. Then, I sent a copy of the documents back to Ryan's place. Well, I have work tomorrow, so I might as well head back and rest for the day. Now, I'm working at a fancy hotel's lounge near the station. It's my first time in a customer service job, and I'm exhausted after every shift, but it's also very fulfilling. I've even had regular customers remember my face and encourage me with kind words. There are days when they say thank you. It means a lot to me. Ryan never appreciated my homemaking, taking it for granted without a word of thanks. It was certainly sad not to hear a single thank you. Through this part-time job, I felt like I was quickly making up for all the thanks I hadn't received before. When I told my parents about my divorce, they said I could stay at home as long as I needed to take it easy. I'm thinking of continuing this part-time life for a little while longer. 2 weeks after I sent the document to my ex-husband, Ryan called me. I was reluctant to answer, wondering if there was a problem with the divorce, but I decided to pick up. Hello? What the hell is this about? What are you talking about? I replied calmly to Ryan, who started off with complaints. What am I talking about? My house has been sold out from under me, and I'm about to be kicked out. This is your fault, isn't it? My fault? If anything, I'd say it's your fault. Stop with the excuses and just come here, now. Right now. Ryan said his piece and hung up abruptly without waiting for my response. Always complaining. So bossy. I reluctantly got ready and headed to the condo we used to live in. I'm here. Can you let me in? I said that through the entrance intercom, and Ryan silently unlocked the door. As I arrived at the door, I entered inside. Hey, long time no see. Mirabelle. The person who greeted me was Mirabelle. She is Ryan's colleague and used to be my colleague. She had attended our wedding and offered congratulations. So Mirabelle was Ryan's affair partner. You look well. Yes, thanks to you. Her smile, looking triumphant, contained a hint of pity for me. Kelly, you seem to have aged. Even though you had all the time in the world as a homemaker, couldn't you take proper care of yourself? Hey, how long are you gonna stand there talking? Hurry up and come here. All right. Come on in, Kelly. Mirabelle invited me in as if she owned the place. When I entered the living room, Ryan was sitting on the sofa waiting. Finally arrived. So, do you know what's going on? That this condo has been sold? Yes. There's no way it could be sold without my knowledge, the owner. It had to be you. Really, it was quite the shock. Just as I thought the real estate agent was visiting, they said I had to move out immediately. I sold this house. What? Ryan seemed unable to keep up with my sudden confession. Could you say that again? He asked with a puzzled look. I sold this condo without telling you. What? How could you do that? You can't sell it without the owner's knowledge. You seem to be misunderstanding something, but I'm the owner. What? That can't be. Don't you remember? This was a wedding gift from my parents. Of course, the owner is their daughter, me. I thought for sure I was the owner. Why would you think that? This condo is mine, so as soon as we decided to divorce, I contacted the real estate agent to sell it. You could have at least told me. That's right. Isn't that heartless? The worst. Say whatever you want. I have no pity for an ex-husband who verbally abused me daily and even had an affair. Getting cocky, are you? The ones who ended up like this because of their cockiness are you too. Oh, and about this property, not only is it near the station, but it seems the property values in this area have been rising lately, so it sold for a really good price. Ryan, his face turning red with anger, seemed upset by my cheerful report. Desperate to marry Mirabelle, he probably hadn't considered the disadvantages of divorcing me. So, if we can't live here, what are we supposed to do? For now, you could go to your parents' house, couldn't you? Move in together all of a sudden? That sounds tedious. But Ryan mentioned his parents' house is in the city, convenient for commuting. It's just until we find the next place, so it might be okay. In the city? Mirabelle's words caught my attention. Yes, that's right. A detached house in the city with a big yard. He even showed me photos. Photos? This. Hey, stop that! Mirabelle shoved her phone in my face. Seeing the photo displayed, I couldn't help but laugh. That's funny. What's so funny? Mirabelle looked at me suspiciously as I suddenly started laughing. Sorry, it's just too funny. Because that photo is of my parents' house. What? But Ryan said. His parents' house is a small condo, right? And it's not even in the city, it's supposed to be away from here. He was lying to me. Well, not lying, more like. It's definitely lying, this is a clear case. This has nothing to do with you. Perhaps embarrassed at being caught lying to his subordinate, Ryan's face was now a different shade of red from his earlier anger. At this point, it wouldn't make a difference to show them this. I took something out of my bag that I had brought just in case. What are you doing? Huh? What's that? What I pulled out was a cell phone, different from my own. I operated it and showed them a certain video. Isn't this the company's conference room? Look at these chairs. That's true. Why did you record this? You're slow on the uptake. Do I need to spell out what you two were doing here? What? Wait, stop, please. What's the matter all of a sudden? Please, stop it. No way. Look, you should watch it until the end. It's just the empty conference room. Oh, someone's coming in, and it's me and Ryan? Right, what's shown here is you and Ryan. Oh my, you two are quite close. Not really the distance of colleagues. Oh dear, even holding hands. What, you think this is proof of an affair? First of all, why do you have this video? That's a secret. What? In reality, I had talked to a former coworker and asked them to set up the camera. They had been suspicious for a while, noticing the two frequently using the conference room for long periods and readily agreed. Concerned about causing trouble for my former coworker, I decided to keep quiet about how I obtained the video. Stop messing around and tell me. I said it's a secret, didn't I? Anyway, are you sure about this? The video is still playing. What? While Mirabelle and I were arguing, the next video started playing automatically. It showed that conference room again. What, it's the same again? Just watch a little longer. Don't be so bossy. Hey, isn't it enough? We don't need to see any more. Ryan, slightly panicking, tries to snatch the phone from Mirabelle's hand. Wait, I'll delete this video. This woman, she's planning to blackmail us with it. No, I'll delete it. Deleting it is easy. Look, just this screen. What? Damn. Seeing something he shouldn't have, Ryan was clutching his head in agony. This is Ryan and, from the HR department, Ellie, isn't it? Why are the two of them? Oh, these two seem close too. Strange, wasn't Mirabelle supposed to be the only affair partner? Oh, look, it's moved on to the next video. It's a different woman. I explained loudly and deliberately, while Ryan glared at me as if begging me to stop. What's this all about? Surprisingly, Mirabelle didn't raise her voice but asked Ryan in a low, stern tone. Well, this was just, fun. Everyone else was just for fun. Everyone else was just for fun. What? Oh, sorry, I accidentally turned the volume up to the max trying to hear the video's audio. You, always doing unnecessary things. So you've been sweet-talking all your affair partners, huh? It's not like that, I admit I've had a few affairs. But Mirabelle is the most important. That's the truth, believe me. Such a remarkably terrible excuse. Ryan, popular among female employees even after getting married, seems to have used that to his advantage to play around. Then, Mirabelle, who had been quietly angry until now, finally raised her voice. Do you think such excuses would work now? You're the worst. I was deceived. Unlike you, I spent my precious 20s on this. Unforgivable. I'll tell my uncle. Uncle? Uncle? Ryan and I asked simultaneously. Catching her breath, Mirabelle said. Yes. My uncle is the department head of our company. If I tell him about this, he can easily take care of you. No way, you never mentioned that. This surprised me too. My uncle told me not to mention that we're related. But he'll definitely forgive this. You'll be fired. Wait, please! Anything but getting fired. I don't care. I'm begging you. Sensing the end of his career at the company, Ryan, ignoring me, continued to apologize to Mirabelle. However, Mirabelle, having come to her senses, rejected his apologies. Let's break up. I never want to see you again. Bye. Wait a minute. She looked at me, stopping her with utter annoyance. What do you want? I gathered that evidence of your affairs for this reason. You'll pay for your sin, won't you? Fine. Happy now? Then, I'll send the documents through a lawyer later. Yeah. Unlike when she invited me to her house, Mirabelle left the living room with a rough stride and slammed the front door shut. Thus, only Ryan and I were left in the room. Just when I thought Ryan was standing dumbfounded, he tentatively started to speak to me, trying to gauge my mood. Kelly, given the situation, can't we start over? What do you mean by given the situation? Well, I'm sorry for everything up to now. From here on out, I won't complain or belittle you for being a homemaker. And I absolutely won't have affairs. So, I won't remarry you. Please! If both Mirabelle and you leave me, how am I supposed to live? What, are you worried about doing all the housework yourself? Just do it yourself. Or maybe ask one of the other women from the video? No, they're all married. What are you even doing? Hearing such a ridiculous story, I thought this person was beyond saving. Sending a cold glance at Ryan, who was looking at me, I said, I will never remarry you. Kelly! And, can you return the keys to this house? I plan to hand over the condo tomorrow. Please pack only what you need right now and leave. That's outrageous! Say whatever you like. Here, the keys. I held out my hand, palm up, in front of Ryan. With trembling hands, he placed the keys on it. Thank you, I said with the brightest smile. Come on, hurry up and pack. Damn it. Ryan started packing his things in tears and left the condo. That's a relief. Glad he left without making a fuss. I was worried he'd cause trouble. After doing the final check of the room, I too finally left the condo. Making sure the door was locked, I headed straight to the real estate agent. A few weeks later, while relaxing at my parents' house, the doorbell rang. My parents were out, and I was the only one home, so I hurried downstairs to check the monitor. To my surprise, the screen showed my ex-husband, Ryan. Why suddenly? Maybe he's here to complain? As these thoughts raced through my mind, the doorbell rang again. Feeling rushed by the sound, I impulsively pressed the answer button. Yes, what do you want? Kelly! I need to talk to you in person. Please, come out! You're being loud. Worried that being shouted at on the doorstep would become neighborhood gossip, I reluctantly opened the door and let Ryan into the entrance. Thanks for letting me in. Wow, this place is as spacious as ever. Ryan looked up at the ceiling as if reminiscing, and I felt nauseous. I wish he wouldn't feel nostalgic here. Can you get to the point quickly? My parents will be back soon. All right, I'll just say it straight. My stern voice made Ryan flinch. Won't you reconsider starting over with me? What? Won't you reconsider starting over with me? Ryan repeated slowly, and I just stared at him, mouth agape. Didn't I make it clear I wouldn't remarry him, and he still doesn't get it? Did you even listen to what I said last time? Ryan squirmed uncomfortably as he answered. I did. but I've swallowed my pride to come see you." The sight of him bore no resemblance to the once popular, charming salesman who had the adoration of every female employee. People can change this much, huh? I pitied him in my heart. "So, you've come here, swallowing your pride, to say that? Well, sorry to disappoint. I have no intention of starting over. Please leave." Ryan desperately clung to me as I coldly dismissed him. "Wait! Won't you at least listen to me? I'm really in trouble right now." "Your troubles?" I couldn't care less. Though I clearly stated my disinterest, Ryan unheedingly started to share his current predicament. "It's about Mirabelle. She actually went and told her uncle, the department head. I got transferred. Guess where?" "I have no idea." "To warehouse management. From a position in sales to the absolute bottom." An apology is due to all warehouse management employees nationwide. "And you know, since it's not sales, there's no visible achievement. Do you understand what that means?" "I have no idea." "Could you not involve me in every single thing?" "No sales performance equals no clear evaluation criteria." "So?" "A huge cut in salary." "Huh." "Yeah, my salary went down. Life's gotten tough." Ryan's previously pleading demeanor was gone, replaced by his usual arrogance. It became clear once again that he naturally looks down on me. But wasn't he the top salesman? Is it even possible he doesn't have savings to the point of struggling financially, especially after I gave up on claiming part of his assets? My mind was flooded with questions. I decided to confront Ryan with them. "You don't have any savings? Weren't you the ace of the sales department? You should have had more bonuses than others." Responding to my question, Ryan looked down and answered reluctantly. "The thing is, besides Mirabelle, I used my savings for another woman too." His absurdly foolish reason made me sigh deeply. What's that, if not just desserts? Don't drag me into your mess. What do you mean mess? I'm seriously in trouble here. Why are you getting mad? It's your own fault. Shut up. Anyway, I got transferred and my salary plummeted. Don't you want to help me out at all? You'll have to work hard and save up. There's nothing I can do for you. Still showing no sympathy, Ryan dramatically began as if revealing his final move. It's not just that. If you hear what I'm about to say, even someone as cold as you would want to help me. It must be something grand. Go on, tell me. Actually, my mother fell victim to a scam. So? Don't you find that pitiable at all? Not in the slightest. Your mother has nothing to do with me. What? Even though we're divorced, she was once almost your mother-in-law. Don't you feel sorry for her at all? Not at all. Besides, you might not know this, but every time I visited your family home, your mother would make snide remarks about me. Really? Yes, things like when are you having kids, or a useless wife who can't get pregnant, and so on. It was quite harsh. I didn't know. Even if someone like that falls victim to a scam, honestly, I can only think serves you right. So, what? Your family home was targeted by a scam and all their savings were swindled, and now you have to take care of your parents' livelihood on top of everything. That's why you're especially short on cash, is that it? Exactly as you say. Sorry, but I can't offer you any sympathy. So, this conversation is over. Please leave now. After I've humbled myself to ask for help. Despite deciding not to say it, I revealed the truth to Ryan as he showed no signs of remorse, as a means of setting him straight. I'm with someone. What? Are you serious? Seriously. He's a regular at the hotel where I work. He said he fell in love at first sight with my graceful demeanor and smile. It's flattering, isn't it? Ryan looked at me with envy as I gleefully shared. He couldn't believe his ex-wife, whom he had left, had already found a new lover. While he was alone and struggling financially, it irked him to see me happy. He would visit the lounge just to see me. He'd even order coffee and sweet cakes he didn't like, just for me. How could I not be happy with that attention? He must have an odd taste. Probably doesn't have a decent job, right? Ryan scoffed, and I landed a jab. He works for a major trading company. What? Shocked to learn that the man was employed at a more prestigious company than his own. Ryan's mouth quivered. And he recently proposed to me. Proposed? He's been assigned to Europe. He asked me to come with him. I immediately said yes. So, you're planning to leave here next week? This is truly our last meeting. Take care. Wait. Please, don't go. Ryan's face was a mess of tears as he grabbed my right hand. I forcefully shook off his grasp, causing him to stagger and lose his balance. Persistent men are unattractive. You're already disliked by me. Just leave gracefully for once. Damn, it wasn't supposed to be like this. It wasn't supposed to end this way. If you don't leave now, I'll call the police. Scared by the mention of the police, Ryan finally quieted down and opened the front door. Relieved that he was finally leaving, Ryan turned back and said, "Don't come crying back to me later." I wouldn't cry over a demoted man like you, don't worry. Ryan, infuriated by my words, slammed the door with a loud noise. With that, he surely won't come here anymore. Who would have thought the divorce saga would stretch out like this? But now, it's finally resolved. With no more worries, I started packing for my departure next week. Then, I began a new life in Europe with my new husband. We have a driver for wherever we go, and house help takes care of the chores. How wonderful is this? I'm thoroughly enjoying life in a new land. I heard about Ryan's aftermath through the lawyer handling our case. It seems Ryan eventually quit his job. Given the tight-knit nature of the company, rumors probably spread quickly. His reputation plummeted, scorned by female employees, leading him to resign on his own. Now jobless, what will he do? How will he manage to pay his parents' living expenses? I can't even imagine, but surely he must have some plan, or maybe he quit his job on a whim without thinking. Hearing about the downfall of my once popular ex-husband doesn't pique my interest in the slightest, as I savor moments with my kind new husband in a new place. Having just made a perfect restart in life, I am filled with excitement for what lies ahead.